Hi, friends. Host Eric here, host Talking with Fat People. I'm here with my girlfriend Rachel
Hi.
and this wonderful document called Foxworthy the Types, in which I'm going to ask you, the viewing audience, to help me do my work. It's called Good TE. So I'm going to put down the first one here for, let's say, ISTJ. If you you've lost the lid for a container and you still have the container a year later, when you find the lid, and you know exactly where the container is, then you just might be an ISTJ. All right, so the thing about this project here is I would like to get one complete set of types done of Foxworthians, and then before I already have. I'll also do the ISFJ one. I think the yogurt one is good for ISFJ. All right, I'm gonna do the yogurt one for ISFJ.
Okay, I want to hear it. I can't
Even
wait.
though it was actually an ISTJ who said this, who inspired this, it's if you're Googling images of discontinued yogurt, that you enjoyed during your childhood, we can just put an NA there. If you're Googling images of discontinued yogurt that you enjoyed during your childhood, you just might be an ISFJ.
Oh my gosh. And you know exactly the name and the
Of a brand of of a brand of discontinued yogurt that you enjoyed during your childhood, and the site of the what was it you were talking about two kinds of yogurt, or was it Salem Black who's saying there are two kinds of yogurt, the dark chocolate and the, was it Salem Black who was saying it?
She was.
Yeah, the site of the dark chocolate flavor elicits a longing sigh. You just might be an ISFJ. Anyway, this document is editable. Hi, Zandy.
Hey, Zandy.
Look at all those colorful emojis.
I'm confused though. Is the sigh because it's good that it's chocolate, or bad because it's chocolate?
What's a longing sigh? They're longing for it. Yeah,
that's funny.
And
I get
the
that.
Dark chocolate flavor elicits
Chocolate
a longing sigh.
yogurt? Yeah.
If you're Googling images of a brand of yogurt long ago discontinued, a brand of yogurt that you enjoyed during your childhood, but that has long been discontinued. That long ago was that. You're Googling images of a long discontinued brand of yogurt that you enjoy. That's what it should be.
What discontinued brand of yeah, right. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god.
You just might be an ISFJ. So if anybody who here has any ideas for Foxworthy, you are welcome to enter them into this document for any of the types that have not yet been Foxworthied. Okay? All those throwback pages on Instagram are by ISFJs, probably.
Possibly. I didn't even know they had throwback pictures on Instagram now.
But like on Facebook, there's this group called Old School Arcadia, which is all about that. It's all like, do you remember when the mall movie theater used to look like this? I do. I remember. That is so. Oh my god. And do you remember when the Jergens used to be next to the Bien in the Mia? You remember that?
You know
what? Oh, I remember that too. We're implementing your plan here, Levi Samuels. I've got a document. Everybody can add to it if they wish to, and you can see how it's formatted here in the document. It's formatted in the classic Foxworthy modality of if, and then a qualifier, for INTJ. If an angry client is loudly,
oh my god,
angrily shouting at you, and you note that the words don't indicate a clear goal. Something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
INTJ. Somebody help me.
I feel like
it's an open document for other people to provide helpful information about how to Foxworthy.
I feel like you were on the right track, and you notice that they have a stain on their shirt more than the actual yelling of the person. Then you're probably an INTJ.
INTP.
The Coke cans or the soda cans are on the computer. I think it's such a.
If you've taken, if you've been avoiding homework because of these interesting articles on epistemology. And then you get distracted from that by someone else asks you to do their homework. And then after you complete their homework, you return to the epistemology articles. To avoid doing your own homework. Then you just might be an INTP.
That's so funny.
So what we're doing here, for those who don't know, We are doing Foxworthying the types, and I'm looking for assistance from any parties who wish to assist in helping me to Foxworthy the types. Noel Merriam, do you do that with your homework? If Wikipedia articles on epistemology distract you from your homework until Judy calls up and says, "Hey, can you do my homework for me?" In which case you do it real quick and then return to the epistemology articles to avoid doing your own homework again. Just not being an INTP.
Facts. I know. My friend Alex used to do that.
That's kind of an ENTP thing too, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, ENTPs do that.
Yeah, but with like phones.
There's been plenty of times when I've done other people's homework for them, but I've been unable to do my own.
Wow.
Because then there's an FE payoff, right? It's like, well, I'm useful. Yeah, INTP. It's mostly an INTP thing. It's a younger ENTP thing. As ENTPs get older, they're less likely to do that. I did cut my beard. Actually, I didn't cut my beard. Rachel cut my beard. She just used her fingers too. That's the impressive thing. Just using her fingers, she did all of this.
I'm a shinobi, so I can do that.
Yeah, you channeled your chakra into your two fingers, made your little chakra blades. And fortunately, she didn't cut my skin, or would have just sliced my head off.
I'm a pro. That's why I'm a shinobi.
I do everyone else's homework except my own sometimes, and I tell someone else to do mine while watching Rick and Morty myself.
Oh my gosh.
Good plan.
Great.
That's a great plan.
INTPs get away with a lot.
What do you keep saying? Connect charger? That's why? Okay. I will connect the charger, so you'll stop yelling at me. Kinoichi? I mean, not in the dub. In the dub, they're all called shinobis, but you might be right in the actual Japanese. I mean, in the sub, not the dub. The
subtitles say shinobi.
Yeah, they don't. The subtitles.
I pay attention. I care. I care about it. That's why I've been like, "Where's Yamato?" I feel so bad. I'm like, I haven't seen him in so many episodes.
He doesn't come back until like the very, very end.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you want to meet Danny Glover, you got to meet Mel Gibson. Dandy, everyone will count on you to copy your homework. Well, and I'm sure it was very neat. I bet you nobody had any problem reading Zandy's handwriting. Am I correct? Did you have neat handwriting, or is that an ESFJ thing? ESFJs all have neat handwriting.
My sister doesn't.
She doesn't?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure she's not an ISFJ?
She could be an ISFJ.
ISFJs
You type her.
ISFJs tend to be a little more sloppy than ESFJs. Because ISFJs don't have any... your ESFJ mom's handwriting is illegible? Really?
Yeah, ESFJ. No, my Alana did not have good handwriting. She was very self-aware of her bad handwriting. She was like, "Here's my notes, but I don't know if you can read them because of my bad handwriting." I'm like, "Girl, don't worry, mine is way worse."
See, I think generally then that causes most ESFJs to improve their handwriting because the teacher, they it's like ESFJ. My theory about ESFJs and ENFJs both is that they tend to aim for good presentation, good formatting, and stuff like that, and not necessarily very complex stuff. And I'm talking about as from a school teacher's perspective, right? Like if you assign a project, like, okay, kids, make a poster about something. ESFJs are going to look nice and not really say anything. Oh my God. ENFJs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. My sister's presentations were so well put together. The 3 board ones,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, she had neon with white and she everything laid out. She did this one on the Beatles and their styles over the years, and it was so detailed. It was really, really great.
I mean, look, I'm basing a lot of this on my ex-wife ESFJ, who was a preschool teacher and who had just everything was bubble writing. Everything was,
It can be.
it was very preschool teachery. So that may just be specific to her job.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I write better in cursive because it makes me write slow. When I just write normally, my handwriting, sometimes I don't know what I write.
All right, so let's return to this document and try to stay on task here. I'm trying to avoid doing all the work myself and have a good video of 16 things here.
Yours. Explain plans.
This is not true. What? Your Mr. Explain Pants always feel to want everyone to explain their reasonings, but all your friends are SFPs? Huh. I don't think
Mr. Explain Pants. You hate being predictable, but insist that your spouse is consistent with their behavior and actions. Although you keep leaving unfinished soap bars in the bathroom cabinet after being asked to do so. LOL. That's funny. Oh my god.
Let's see. If the afternoon gathering was mostly miserable.
Oh my god.
But everyone looked happy.
Oh my god.
In the pictures.
Yes.
And posted nice things on social media. And you consider the afternoon a win on balance. And you just might be an ESFJ.
That's really accurate. Please. Ah! Thank you.
If you doubt your ability to choose joy without a wall sign to remind you, you just might be an ESFJ. If you believe that Anonymous Skunk, are you a spite monkey? Are you a spite monkey, Anonymous Skunk? Are you? Go ahead, tell me. Are you a spite monkey? Uh-huh. Okay, well, stop doing that, please. I'll fix it if I need to. It's okay.
It's okay.
I never know if it's playful or spite monkey until I confirm it, because you know how spite monkeys are. Let's see, what's a good one for ISTP?
I can do something with parkour. I feel like ISTP and parkour is like, well, ESTP too.
This is interesting.
Wait, what did it say? Optimists about their future. Oh, wait. Optimists about their future without their terrible boyfriend and friends they dislike. And you plan out this future in great detail. Then ask their boyfriend and all their friends what they think their plan.
If you really like sailing, because sailing feels good, and that's it, you just might be an ISFP. You're just shitting on everybody, anonymous skunk. If you're excited about going someplace where you're gonna meet lots of new people, until you realize that with each of those new people comes a risk of complex array of emotional realities. And don't decide not to go to the party.
Don't not decide.
Don't decide not to go to the party until after it's over. But you just want to be an INFP.
Ew.
The words cheap. And even when underthinking is actually the problem. If I've got a better idea for this. If someone's working hard to figure out complex model, and to meaningfully use language to parse things, and you explain that words are cheap and that overthinking things is the problem,
That's fine.
then you just might be an ESFP. Do you believe in my path to love? And TJ. If other people are how your vision becomes everyone's reality, then it just might be an ENTJ.
Yeah, hates. They don't like. I threw a surprise party for my INTJ boyfriend in high school, and he was so pissed at me.
All right, let's try it that way then. That's good, okay? If your girlfriend's carefully prepared
That's so funny.
surprise birthday party makes you unspeakably out
Yeah.
induces rage. You just might be raging you. You just might
Even though you're acting like a child and won't leave the house.
Even
That's your friend
and
beg you
also
to go.
you refuse to go. Refuse to
refuse to go.
refuse to stay. Okay. Even though everyone is begging you.
Yeah. Seriously, he did want to leave.
Now this is an INFJ's perspective on an INTJ, you know.
It is. Everyone was begging him. His friends were begging him to go. I had no idea. I was like, I thought surprise parties are like a thing. Didn't know.
If you get a perfect score on a standardized test, and also have the conversational skills of a rock, and you like cars. I don't know. I figured this one out. Oh, we're making some good progress here. Good progress. Let's return to the live stream chat area here and see where that's going. If you get offered $1,000 to kill a bug,
arm party, am party.
I like that, Zandy. I like your suggestion there.
Where?
If a zombie apocalypse sounds like fun,
yes.
You just want to be as honest to be. That's
yes.
Good, Dark Prince.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Can I tell a story about a time I played a game, like a board game about a zombie apocalypse with an ISTP?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a zombie apocalypse board game that's like, it's like a puzzle. You have to like, pretty much like strategize how to get out of a building with zombies in it. So at the end of the game, I'm the first one in line. I'm the closest to the exit. So if I'm closest to the exit and I get there before the zombies get me, that means that more likely my teammates will get to go free too. We're ahead of the game. So I'm in the safest spot. I'm going to go. My next plan is to go to the door and leave. My ICP boyfriend freaked the fuck out. Was like, the guys were like looking at each other like, is that a good idea? And I'm like, don't you want to win the game? Like,
I copied and pasted that table, so if you have one for a type that hasn't been done, it's already been done before, you can do it on the new table below too. So
I'd love to see what people say about INFJ.
Yeah. And in fact, what I'll do on this table here is like follows here.
Nice chart, baby.
Thanks. Nice.
Attractive.
Insert row below. I'm inserting row below. Don't insert the row above. You gotta insert the row below. If you guys haven't heard this song, A Good Song Never Dies by the band Saint Motel, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and their other song.
Just My Type is good too.
Gross.
The thing is, as a sort of work of intuitive meta genius, A Good Song Never Dies is really just...
It really is.
It's amazing.
It's got a good bass line.
It's doing a lot of different things, and it's just like, wow. It's really an accomplished bit of meaning smithing.
But I think your Just My Type is so good too, because it's like he's talking about how picky he is, but he's like
very specific taste. Yeah,
you are alive and you are breathing. That's his taste. Because you're just my type. Yeah, you're alive and you are breathing.
And you are breathing. I didn't even know he said that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, isn't it so funny? I know
funny
he's
as hell.
Very
Specific taste.
You are breathing.
I'm really impressed with that band. They're great. I've only heard 2 songs.
I know, they're fantastic.
I have to listen to more of this shit. But A Good Song Never Dies. In that one, it has a similar thing, a similar sort of moment lyrically that you can build the whole idea of the song around, which is that you don't know me, you don't know you don't own me, you don't even know me.
Yep.
It's fucking it soars.
It's like talking to producers and like labels and stuff and like other bands. Yeah.
I mean, it's something everybody who's singing along can grasp onto, and then you can't help but sing along.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
Because a good song never dies. It just reminds you of where you were the first time it made you cry, the first time you felt alive. It never dies. It's Jesus, such a work of genius. Makes me want to listen to it so bad. ENFP, ESFJ, It's good stuff.
Is he an ENTP?
Who? That guy? Yeah. I think he's either an INFJ or an ENTP. Probably an INFJ.
Whoa.
That's my guess. It's too slick. It's
so slick.
It's so fucking slick.
I mean, that one that I heard the line, yeah, you're alive and you are breathing. I was like, this song is so great. Yeah, you're just my type. So funny. Thanks, Levi.
We should try coin too. Okay, I'll check it out.
Ooh, coin. Okay. If you say hello to your neighbor and your neighbor ignores you and you go ballistic, you might be an FB Dom.
Yep.
You know, honestly, I take note of people who don't say hi to me when I wave. I'm always like hi or like, you know. And if like you don't respond back, I'm kind of like, okay.
ICB is the most prepper type. Maybe. I mean, I tend to think that's more of an STJ thing.
Yeah.
But
ESFJ2 are kind of preppers. Like,
where have you copied and just below the top table? Noel Merriam.
Closet bullies. I really do want to hear what people say about INFJs.
Let's see.
Where is the
So I'm gonna move this table, the top table to the bottom, and I'm gonna move the bottom table to the top, so that there's a open table for people to type into. See. I'll just do this.
Yeah. No, Chappy Chacks is like a Snappy Chacks conditioning.
Yeah, well, I do really want to put them together. They need to be combined. Foxworthy 1.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I would like to do is encourage everybody to please add their meows. Like, for example, what am I doing? No. God damn it. Oh, I know what the problem is. This control button is the problem. There. So I really would love to see. No, that's not what I put. God damn it. Oh, it's because the control again. Right. I need to get my left control. The left control button on this keyboard is not working.
Oh no.
The right control is working, but not the left.
I don't know if he wants to jump off a building because society's like, that's funny. I understand that. Thanks, Cloud. CBT thing. I'll go through this after my shower.
Oh yeah, I'm interested in seeing that too. I'm really curious about that.
What?
What it says in that PDF.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it read it out loud.
Okay, if you can forward it to me, I can get it. Never mind, I can get your email here.
Oh, yeah, you can. I'll flag it.
Okay, so anyway, I appreciate everybody's help with the Foxworthy and the types. This is really a very instrumental live stream. I'm hopeful to get those things filled in with ideas and stuff. And
yeah, thank you, Levi, for the suggestion. Right?
Yeah,
it was really great suggestion. We have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. We're always looking for ideas, and we like to bring it to the community too.
Still in my underwear, as you can see. Okay.
Flag.
What am I looking for?
Okay.
I'm looking for.
I'm gonna forward to you anyway.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
For this. So the other thing I thought that Rachel had a really good title for a live stream, which is FI is poi, or FI tastes like poi.
FI does taste like poi. I was like,
or poi tastes like FI, perhaps.
poi, yeah.
Poi tastes like FI.
Yes.
So Rachel, remind
like.
the viewing audience of your experience eating poi in Hawaii and how it tasted in your mouth.
Everyone told me that it was terrible tasting. Even Eric's dad, who I didn't even think he was going to say like anything really. I was sure what he was going to say, but he said it was terrible. Like only the woman who was Hawaiian, who like was the host of the show, said the poi was delicious and like a treat of Hawaii. So I'm like, oh, I gotta taste it now. So I take a taste of it. It's like in a. If you were to take yogurt and like it's
take all the flavor
like
out of it.
Baby food texture, but like smoother. Maybe a little yogurt, but there's no and purple, but there's no flavor to it at all, and you're just like. Tastes like feelings. It's like, so rich. It's like so rich from the
No,
culture.
we don't. Octavia Silva, we love you. We don't hate FI Dom.
What?
We're just talking about the flavor of feelings.
Yeah. I don't hate FI Doms. They help me a lot. I need them. I need to go into my FI.
Everybody needs a mouthful of poi every once in a while.
My first breakup, FI Dom like crazy. Like I was an INFP. I took my first breakup like an INFP. Yeah. I stayed from school and cried.
Now listen here, Cloud. You are sounding a lot like Madara there.
No flavor.
Are you the Madara of typology, Cloud? I think you're the Madara of typology.
Who?
Cloud. He says FETI and FITE are two different races of people, and no true empathy between them is possible.
Yes, Madara.
That's Madara's perspective.
Yeah, he had. Yeah. Of course, they will love FE Doms because I am FE Dom.
You're not an FE Dom. You're FE Tool. If you're an ISFJ, Levi. Madara is an ENTJ.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Baby.
That was a good bong rip.
Yeah!
That was a good one.
Yeah.
The bell ringer.
Thanks for being patient with me, baby.
Of course, my precious wonder bucket. Oh, okay. You're a bucket of wonderful wonders. You're a bucket of sensitive tenders. You're a bucket of dampening dew. You're a bucket of dampening dew.
You know, honestly, that Memorial Day get-together was so nice. Like, I really appreciated that your dad did that for everyone. It was so fun. Like, Cameron, I learned a lot about Cameron, and, like, it seems like that, Delilah was really happy to be there, and I heard some, like, stories that I hadn't heard before between, like, you and her, and, like, just how similar things, like, you do, and, we talked a little bit about like how Jane is an officer and that's really cool. Did not know that.
She was an officer in the military.
That's so cool. I had no idea.
I think, Cloud, you might actually be right about Itachi being an INFJ. I don't know if I've said that in the past, but I think that's correct. I think Itachi is an INFJ.
Who is that?
Itachi is Sasuke's brother in Naruto. He's the one that Sasuke's always trying to kill, and then eventually he does, or he does kill him, and it turns out that Itachi really was not a bad guy after all.
Oh, that sounds about right. INF pleasures. It was very pleasurable for me. I like to be around people, and I love Eric's family. I mean, it's a group of great people. I mean, it was very positive. We rode on an electric bike and scooters.
Oh, yeah, we had fun ISTJ time.
Yeah, we did.
Great thing about having an ISTJ in your life. Cameron shows up at this barbecue and, brings along with him 3 electric things to ride.
Yeah.
If the kids, Delilah and Danny, they had to go because they had to go drop something off someplace or whatever.
They had to go to her mom's because they had food for her and she had to go to the party. Mm. Yeah, she wanted to stay, but she couldn't. So.
I agree with Broccoli Todd. Sasuke is kind of a quasi ISTP / INTJ, depending. I think I understand what you're saying about Itachi not displaying a lot of quote unquote good FE, but he's actually quite FE aware, I think. I'm going to disagree with that about Itachi, I think. Well, of course, it's also the case, Cloud, that you haven't killed your entire clan. That'll tend to mature a person a bit, I'm imagining.
I would imagine
to have to kill one's entire clan because of it's the only alternative to a terrible, worse alternative is, gonna probably
tear some people apart,
mature you or destroy you, one of the two, or both.
Facts. May I have them?
Oh, this or this or both?
This.
I mean, I would say Itachi's whole approach to his brother is very FE. He's saying, listen, I'm going to take on, I'm aware of how this whole thing is going to impact my little brother's perceptions of things. I'm going to try to frame it to make it such that all of his hatred is directed towards me to preserve his well-being overall. It's a very INFJ kind of approach to the thing. Naruto's is an ESFP. Naruto's an ESFP. As obvious as can be. He's the quintessential textbook example of a great ISFP.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, ESFP, sorry. Yeah. No, he's not an ISFP, he's an ESFP. Naruto's he's straight up ESFP.
And he loves food. He loves his noodles.
Akishimasu! Whatever it is they say. Okay, I agree with you. Listen, when you got to remember it's Japanese FE too, which is much more reserved than American FE. Mm-hmm. So his reservation, his lack of expressiveness, Itachi's sort of Itachi's lack of expressiveness could be less interpreted as robotic. But I agree with what you're saying, Fitwin. I'm not disputing the fact that you don't see a lot of examples of him schmoozing people or whatever. Okay, so I agree with that.
Well, you were saying that you can't tell with me when I'm schmoozing and when I'm not, so.
Well, yeah, what I was saying was that yesterday or Monday at the barbecue, I was saying I enjoyed it a lot because I like to see Delilah and Rachel interacting because I like how it's obvious to me that Delilah's really enjoying those interactions, and it appears as though Rachel is too, but I can't tell. You know,
I really am. I really am. She's a great girl. I love talking to her. She, like, I feel like I get like hip on culture through her because I don't know so much. There's still that. What is it? 14?
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah.
Interestingly, you know, I'm 14 years older than Rachel. She's 14 years older than Delilah.
Yeah. So she bridges the gap.
Okay, well, I don't believe in subtypes. So, why is Rachel so expressive and open? She is not that open. That's, I guess, INFJ magic. She's got you convinced she is.
If people ask me direct questions, I answer directly. I'm not afraid to answer a question. But I am expressive because I'm a 7. That's why.
Yeah, she is somewhat expressive. She's not inexpressive, but I would not call her open. Would you call yourself open?
Like, no, I don't think anyone thinks that I'm open.
Which one of us? Which one of us is more of an open book? You or me?
I'm mad when people read my diary.
I think Rachel is a fairly closed book to most people, most of the time.
Yeah.
Although I think she's more open than most INFJs.
Yeah, I am.
And I think I'm more open than most ENTPs, who are probably naturally more open than most types.
Yeah. That's. I mean, me and Jen we were gonna do the YouTube thing together, but she got shy with it, and then I tried and kept with it because I was like, no, I want to like stay with it, and that's.
But Broccoli Todd, why wouldn't we conclude then that INFJs both include people with sense of humor and people who don't have a sense of humor? Why would we make subtypes out of that? We'd also say that there are 2 subtypes of INFJs, men and women. Well, why is that a subtype? We also say there are 2 subtypes of INFJs, young and old. Well, that's not a subtype of INFJ. It's a separate thing. See what I'm saying? It's a category error people make when they're talking about subtypes. It is true that there's distinctions between individuals within a type, right? If we have a good mechanical explanation for those distinctions, then that would comprise a subtype. If you want to talk about subtypes, then we might talk about enneagrams as comprising a subtype of cognitive function. So that an INFJ 741 is different than an INFJ 5 whatever, you know?
Like, compare me to Frank James. He's a 4.
So, I mean, the thing is, in that instance, I've got a mechanical explanation that explains the distinction somewhat. However, I'm not going to rely particularly on the mechanical explanation because I can't really defend it on the TI grounds. So what I would say is I only make those claims that I can defend on TI grounds in general, and I can't defend subtypes on TI grounds because the distinction between whether or not you use this vector, that vector, or some other vector to draw those lines between subtypes, you're going to name it the same way either way. Oh, well, NI subtype is going to have these attributes. FB subtype is going to have these attributes. Well, why specifically, and where does the subtypery come from? Is that actually, when you say FE subtype, that mean their FE is now somehow switched with their dominant function or what? It's still a tool function. It's still doing the same thing. So I don't understand what the mechanics of these subtypes are. And if it's just a taxonomical distinction, that is to say you're just going like descriptively, some INFJs are funny and some are not, well then why not just say that INFJs include both funny and non-funny people? Why make a subtype out of it? You know? That's basically my position on subtypes. No, Fate Wind. I mean, first of all, Fate Wind, listen. Are me and Jack the same ENTP? No. Then I'm not admitting subtypes exist. I could just be admitting that there's a range of different individual people within the type label ENTP, right? There's a range of different, because you're mistaking the processes from the description. It's true that objectively, if you, a third party, are to look at Jack and me, you're a third party saying these two have different affects, different displays. Okay. Now, your therefore they must be different subtypes. No, well, again, you're not talking about cognitive functions then. Cognitive functions is a process thing. Our affect and display may hit a various range of different kinds of things. But if it's attained by the same process mechanisms, then we're talking about the same type of person regardless. In other words, if he's using extroverted intuition and introverted thinking, then he's an ENTP, regardless of how that displays. And if in fact there are subtypes, well, they're either just descriptive subtypes, taxonomical, or they're subtypes with some sort of mechanical explanation. There's no mechanical explanation for subtypes within cognitive functions. So you could look for a mechanical explanation for subtypes someplace else, like Enneagram, or even if you were really foolhardy, Big Five, that wouldn't work, but you could try. But at least you'd be looking someplace else for, right? Regardless, if you don't have that mechanical explanation for subtypes at all, then you're not clear what you're doing. You're not clear if you're doing a taxonomical distinction. In other words, just descriptively saying, okay, these are the big bananas and these are the smaller bananas. Well, that's fine. It doesn't mean that there's subtypes of bananas. It just means some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller, right? If you're doing that, fine. But know you're doing that. And if you're doing something else, you're trying to say, no, this is an actual mechanical distinction, then know what the mechanical distinction is and articulate it. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm saying you haven't actually made any arguments in favor of subtypes. At least you don't know what you mean when you say subtypes, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, well, what do you mean by weak and strong? What does that mean? Suggestive any. What's the process, the mechanical process by which this occurs? Okay, well, what would it mean to say I have weak or any? Does it mean I spend a smaller percentage of my total time attending via that attentional manner? Does it mean it no longer works as a dominant frame? What are you saying?
Horse Mumbler, I actually saw a documentary about how Japanese students, I believe, around like finals, they scream outside the window.
Okay, but when I said, there were two things. I asked you which one.
I think it was.
You're saying what I just said, that in fact it no longer functions as a frame, so it's not your dominant function anymore. That's one of the things I said. And the other thing I said was that you spend less of your total time attending via that mechanism. The problem here is that you don't understand the way the slot placement locks you into a certain role. My tool function TI works as a tool function. It's always a tool function. I may be more or less effective with it as a tool function according to a third party's perspective. But it's going to place the same positional emphasis within myself as part of my ontology. You have to distinguish between your perspective of me, my understanding of me. There's different frames here. You have to understand these and parse within them. Okay, it's your dominant function. You spend less time attending to it. You don't attend to a function. You attend via a function. And it's reflexive. If it's a dominant function, you're swimming in it. In other words, I reflexively extrovertly into it to everything. Now it gets what's the additional deliberative function that allows that extroverted intuition to be shaped instead of just aimless goo? Well, that would be introverted thinking. I do it well. I do it better than most ENTPs. No, look, Fatewind, listen to me. Listen and hear me. I do this process better than most ENTPs. Other ENTPs have a very different affect, okay? They take this process and take it someplace different. Instead of arguing about things, for example, they may be more responsive. The same attentional manners are going on in the same way. They may be more or less successful at it from your vantage point, but it's playing the same role within their own ontology. This is why subtypes is not a sensible thing to understand. It doesn't take into account stages of development, for one thing, nor particularist distinction. I'm a better ENTP than most get to attain because I have had a bunch of fortunate and supporting experiences. I've been raised in a family that loved me. I have not experienced a lot of trauma. I've received all the advantages that one could want to receive in order to maximize my abilities. I've been affirmed for my basic manner of being, things like that. Okay. I have better FE now than most ENTPs. 6 years into YouTube training me to have better FE. I certainly didn't at the beginning of this process. And that's what subtypes is not accounting for, right? So when you are trying to reduce me to a pattern that exists as it always has existed and always will, that aspect of me is true, is personality. But that's the manner in which I attend. It's mechanical, like I've explained. It is not how I display to you or my affect to you. Those are different things, and you have to evaluate them differently. If you're evaluating them if you're conflating the two, you're making kind of like a category error. So it's true that people get better at things that they practice, especially SI types. And it's also true that people are very slow to get better at things, SI types. If they're the worse the SI is, it can slow them down. It takes me longer to get good at something than an INTP because their SI is a little higher up. Okay?
I'm shy, so it takes me a little while to get used to things, I feel.
You're more comfortable with practice than an INTP, a lot more comfortable with it.
I like to practice.
Can I post a link somewhere for you to view? What do you want me to view? George Carlin? No, I get that you can descriptively, when you're not addressing any of my points, so I'm tired of talking to you about this. Yes, you can descriptively draw a distinction. You can say there are tall ENTPs and short ENTPs. There are ENTPs who act more like Eric in my perception of their affect, and ENTPs that act less like Eric in my perception of their affect. What I'm saying is, are you making a descriptive distinction or a mechanical distinction? You're not making a mechanical distinction because you don't know what it is. So you're just making a descriptive distinction. You're saying, I view this display of data as separating like this. And that's fine. You can do that. But don't think that it's actually a mechanical distinction. It doesn't matter if it looks like me. You're not listening to me, Fate Wind. It doesn't matter if it looks like me or if it seems exactly like me. Just because there are two ENTPs who seem very, very similar to each other, that doesn't mean they comprise a subtype. Okay? You have to argue correctly to understand this. It pisses me off when people come in here with shitty ways of justifying things, insisting that their shitty-ass justifications ought to be upheld. You don't know what you're talking about. Difficult for me to handle. It's not necessarily easy to always understand things better than everybody else, you know? And I hate to say it, put it that way, but that's fucking the problem I have in life. You make me eat Reese's Pieces.
Do you want them? I was going to go for a non-alcoholic. Do you want one?
We're not random personality. You're right. There are aspects of ourselves that stay the same from birth to death. That's called our personality. It comprises cognitive function stack. Okay? I could easily enough say everything else is particularist. We can taxonomically, at least, draw distinctions on Enneagram and other qualifications and stuff like that, but does it represent an actual mechanical understanding of personality? Not really, because those things don't necessarily stay the same their whole life. Now, I've got to smoke a cigarette and stop being mad at Fate Wind, okay? Fate Wind, may I say, this is not the first time you've pissed me off. You have a tendency to piss me off, Fate Wind. Well, that's because we're all ENTPs. You probably also find some that don't, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, dog? Not all ENTPs look and behave exactly like me. And that doesn't mean ones that don't are a different subtype, except in your descriptive thing. Seriously? There may be, in fact, a subtype explanation. There may be one. But you don't have it, so we shouldn't conclude that. Sorry about the excess leg. The excess leg.
He's brushing his shoulders off.
I am. Somebody got dust on my shoulders.
So you're like. get
Don't be
that.
touching my shoulder.
I don't mean to piss you off.
That's okay, Fateland. My feelings don't matter. I'm sorry. I probably make you feel bad too, and I'm sorry about that, Fateland. Now you make me FI. I'm putting myself in your shoes. You probably
That's a
feel
good
bad
thing.
too. Yeah, it's a very rare thing. I don't usually do that.
You took a break. Sometimes it's good to take a beat.
Take a break.
Yeah, I like take a beat. You know, it's,
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
yeah. Take a beat.
yeah. Which is the same as taking a break, but I think like when I say like this is like
It's just shorter
take
than
a
a
beat.
break.
Yeah.
It's a reset.
Right. Yeah.
It's power cycling.
Exactly.
You need to power cycle, bro.
Yeah.
You need to power cycle.
Yeah.
Why do people think of humans as animals? Well, because half of us is animal. The other half is metaphysical being.
Yeah.
Eric's girlfriend likes to take a beat. Well, I don't understand what that means. I don't get that joke.
I am very good when it comes to the beat. I like to, and I have a talent of knowing when it drops. There's the beat drop.
So she's an excellent dancer.
Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to play. I would love to play rhythm guitar too. No, he does not like to beat me.
Hey, that's one thing I was celebrating last night.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Guess what, everybody? Not alike, Peter.
Uh-huh.
What?
That is something to be proud of.
No domestic violence.
Yep.
Not even once. Not even when people pissed me the fuck off.
Or take a beat. Exactly. That's a cute one too. I like that. Now, when you pretend to hit her, is she in the room or is it like shadow boxing? Shadow boxing, sometimes I can understand.
If you make her flinch, not okay.
No, not okay at all.
Right. If you make her flinch, not okay at all.
Would you be interested in a typing Euro? Shadowboxing, that's not so bad. She doesn't flinch, so that's saying that you have done it.
I think he's saying that he doesn't do it in a way that makes her flinch.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I go like this, you're not going to flinch.
Right. He shadow boxes.
Right.
That's good. That's a way of getting it out.
Thanks. Other stuff, thanks for the trophy. I appreciate it. I do.
Right? That is something to be proud of. It really is. N-I N-N-E.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. I think you enjoy using NE more than you necessarily enjoy using NI. You use NI by default. Sometimes you enjoy it, sometimes you don't. Actually,
I like
do.
it.
You do.
No, I do.
Yeah.
You bring it out of me, though. That's the thing. And ENTPs are rare. So to see me as an INFJ like this and have more of the NE, that's a special thing too.
Yeah, the thing is, Rachel's NI is remarkably deft. She knows whether something's.
Mm-hmm.
She gets much quicker than I do, like the final verdict on things.
Yeah, but when I'm catastrophizing, you're right.
Yeah, well, when you're
and I always come to
that's not using NI in my opinion.
No,
really. That's actually using NE. When you're catastrophizing, you're looking for other people to provide extroverted intuition that matches the catastrophe that you're imagining.
Okay, that makes sense.
Metaphysical shadowboxing is fine. Alan Brian, I'm sorry to hear that you're INFJ and you have metaphysical. I mean, you're ENTP and he's an INFJ, Alan Brian.
Who is?
Alan Bryan. He came over and hung out with me when I lived in Laverne. Anyway, he and his ENTP wife have a relationship that it sounds to me is less informed by cognitive functions your ENTP needs to be informed by cognitive functions. Really improves you to, if you're an ENTP, to understand why people are different than you and how you can't simply just impose your TI and shit like that. Everybody likes their ignoring functions.
Which one's that?
Fifth, it's NE for you, NI for me.
Yeah, I really do. As a kid, I had more NE with my siblings. That's how I would get it out, and my friends. My ESFJ sister had it more. Like she would usually, like we would collab, and that's how I would bring it out in me. And my friends, when we do like videos, I'd be like a host.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. But like it comes out most when I'm with you.
ENTP is a TI bully. We can be TI bullies. I can be a TI bully still, and I am attempting to not be that. The thing is, what I don't do is I don't TI bully Rachel about her NI usually. It's when she's catastrophizing, I'll disagree with her and we'll get into some arguments because I feel like I'm getting Megan a bit.
And oh my god, fuck yeah. And you were being Megan. But Megan, you're back.
That's my fault.
Oh,
Megan, you left your jacket. You left your jacket behind, Megan.
I don't care.
I'm over it. I'm so over it. But Megan. Yeah. The thing is, recognizing that this is the thing. Being FI polar means being susceptible to Meganing. I think.
Yeah.
I think FI polar is especially susceptible to Meganing. So I think that
I didn't do it on purpose.
No, I know, baby. I know.
That's what I hate about it.
Here's the beautiful thing, Rachel, is what you don't have, and I keep stressing this over and over again, is you do not have accountability avoidance disorder. You are vulnerable and open and able to accept that, when you're not yourself, you do things that I would call Countess. Countess is an example of any bullying. You never know what the hell you're going to get from that woman.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Hey, Winston's mom. We should have a predictive doom and impending disaster party sometime, Rachel. I expect we could really get into gloom group going. We could. Honestly, I had a good friend in high school who was an INTP, and we would just go back and forth until we couldn't stand each other anymore. We would just leave. It was funny though. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, Rachel and I may be traveling in June. We're talking about traveling sometime.
Yeah, we do want to.
Though, but
yeah. It's for cold water.
We really want to go to Red Deer, Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
FI mistakes for host Eric is like going back.
Day and out and an hour away.
Are you Sideshow? Are you saying I'm Sideshow Bob with my FI?
Step on the rake.
Oh, where does he go? How does he make? What's this sound he makes? Oh, Finland has water that's almost not cold. That sounds like a real hypothermia risk there in Finland. Utter self.
I've never been to Finland.
I have been.
What?
I have been in the airport in Finland. What is in Red Deer, Alberta? Why the nearest copy of Cold Water, the Silent Killer, 1981's
this is
most under-celebrated hypothermia awareness film. Okay, that's what's there. And I want to see this film. I want to watch it. I want to know if in fact the song that I remember from this in high school is as I remember it. Namely that the melody goes like, cold water, it's a watery grave. I have to know if this is some fiction of my SI or if it's actually the case that song is in that movie.
Well, we have clues. We do have clues. So is it at a library?
It's at a university. It's probably a university library. It's on 16 millimeter film.
Gosh.
So we'll have to. Hopefully, they have one of those.
They definitely do. It's the library
there, and we can just watch it.
Yeah.
And if I can find out, that'd be so cool. It's a mission.
It definitely is.
It's a. The thing is, I'm pretty sure Rachel would be able to get across the border. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get across the border. I don't know if I can find my passport.
I don't know either for me.
So anyway,
no.
I want the internet to take up my cause. I want the internet to take up my cause by storm somehow. I would like this to become the COVID project. In the remnants of COVID time, everyone devote all their attention to somehow getting news to Alberta that Eric needs something. And
we can probably contact them.
Right. They just need to film it on their phone and send me the video.
Oh, we can call them. Call the library. When it open. Oh, it's not open. Would it be open?
It might be open. We could call it.
Yeah.
It's same time zone as
Why not? We should really call it. Why not? Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try to call it. All right. Let me find the phone number. We're gonna try to call.
I'm gonna do it on your phone. It's louder.
Sure. Okay. So I'll have to work my way back to where it is.
That
Canadian Educational.
Nancy Cooper production. Production years 1981.
Narrator is Nancy Cooper.
I love it. It's like right there.
I want to know who's Nancy Cooper.
Nancy Cooper.
She also was the narrator for Winter Survival in the Bush, which was their other big production in 1981.
Cool.
Film describing useful survival skills when stranded outdoors in winter. These include treating an injury, building a shelter, using fire signals, and carrying an emergency kit.
It's looking good.
I wonder what made my school's healthcare teacher pick out of all the films that they could pick. Cold Water, The Silent Killer.
Maybe he met Nancy Cooper.
Okay, so where is it being kept? It's being kept in Red Deer.
There you go.
Here we go. Red Deer College, Red Deer, Alberta. Okay, so let's see.
Open.
It's open.
Cool.
There's only 7,500 students.
Small school.
All right, let me get my phone. Let's try calling them, and see if we can get a hold of this fabulous film.
Yeah.
This horribly underappreciated film.
Black, green, and silver colors. I like that. I like silver. It's a nice addition to a color.
I've heard my phone recently.
Can we call it?
Sure. It's around here somewhere, I think.
Definitely. Usually is.
Yeah. That's for typically things are fun. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Okay. One 403 342 3300. Okay, here we go. Hello, my name's Eric Strauss, and I'm calling to try to, I think, talk to somebody at the library, perhaps. I'm looking to find a way to access a specific document that you have in your library called, it's a film on 16 millimeter film from 1981 called Cold Water, the Silent Killer. And I'm hoping that somebody who's involved in archives or something like that can talk to me about it. Okay, that would be great. Thank you. RDC Library. At rdc.ab.ca. Okay, rdc.ab.ca. Uh-huh. Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much. All right, bye. So I got an email address. I can talk to them.
That's great.
I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an appeal to whoever answers this email address video. It says, and I'll put the link in the email and say, I'm looking for this, and I'm hoping you can do the following thing. And I'll just put a link to the video for them to explain it in this video.
Yeah.
Just say in the video, like, hello, my name is Eric Strauss. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm trying to find this video. I'm wondering if somebody in the library could screen that video and film it with their phone so I can find out if, in fact, the song in it is cold water, it's a watery grave. So this is a fun adventure.
It really is.
They're gonna find out. They're gonna have to travel all the way.
Correspondence and stuff.
I still want to travel, but now if we can get this thing solved without traveling all the way to Alberta,
we don't have to
travel someplace
some
else.
results.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think he sounded very nice on the phone. And I don't see why they wouldn't be willing to help, especially like the nostalgia part of it too. Like,
right, it should be fun.
A lot of librarians like that sort of thing.
I think this will be fun.
Yeah,
for them to participate
me
into.
too.
Okay,
and
let's call.
Sometimes all you have to do is call.
Yeah, sometimes all you gotta do is call. Especially when you're dealing with Canadians, who are very nice.
They are so nice.
That may have grave consequences. Yeah.
La 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 la. That's my SpongeBob laugh.
Okay, let's wrap this up because I am going to work in a couple hours. I think I want to lie down and take a little nappy poo. We haven't eaten anything, have we?
No, we haven't.
Do you want to eat something?
Yeah.
What should we eat? Should I just make some burgers?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that. Okay, anyway, thank you all for being here. And don't forget, if you want to add on to this document, the link is right here. Go ahead and put your ideas in there. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah.
Rachel definitely has her period. I'm not